Kinzo's vast library grows each year. The books that don't fit in his usual library are stored in a place called the Book Archive. Of course, there are countless books just in this place. The archive is everything from valuable books to apparently worthless books, all packed together like an antique shop. There was a golden glint in the keyhole of the archive's door, and a gold butterfly flitted out.
相も変わらずひどい匂いのする部屋よ。ほこり、カビ。なるほど。知識とはこういう匂いなのか。
Well, now, how can I find a book on Taiwan amongst all this? The prospect is almost dizzying. However, I realized right away, if I wanted to quickly find out about Taiwanese rivers, I didn't want a book on Taiwan.
地図帳ではないか。そのくらいどこかにありそうであるな。探せ、我が眷属の長たちよ。この誇り臭く誇り高き知識の墓所より、わらわの探す本を探し出せ。
A cloud of countless gold butterflies appeared at my feet. They swayed, blew like the wind, and coiled themselves around the archive. Eventually, the cloud of butterflies selected a single book. It seems that this is the one.
ご苦労であるぞ。世界の地図帳、アジア編であるか。ぴったりであるな。
It was a grand, thick illustrated encyclopedia of maps, several volumes long. There was even a thick section on Taiwan. This should be plenty useful.
台湾と南北 394km、東西 144km、面積約36,000平方キロメートル。ほほう、なかなかに広大であるな。
By area, that's about the same size as Kyushu in Japan. This led Bito to a very natural question.
金蔵はこれほどの広大な島のどこに住んでいたというのか。現地は台湾とは言ったが、台湾のどことは言わなかったぞ。これは迂闊であった。
Bito had the vague idea that the riddle would be solved in a flash if she could only look at a map of Taiwan. However, Taiwan is no small place. Just which part of this large island did Kinzo call his beloved hometown? I kept looking through books in this dusty archive, sometimes having to cough. And I was not happy with being stuck in a place like this.
一番大きな都市は台北か。かつては大正町なるところに日本人たちが住んでいたとの記述もあるぞ。金蔵もやはりここに住んでいたのであろうか。いやいや、そう決めつけるのは早計であるぞ。その保証はない。
I'll skip to the next part before I settle on anything more specific than just Taiwan itself. A sweetfish river running through the hometown. What's this? There are 129 rivers in Taiwan?
は、129本?
That's a lot of rivers.
この中のどれだけに鮎が泳いでいたやら、考えただけでもめまいがするわ。
This was quickly becoming ridiculous. Genji must have been muttering nonsense to himself after all. I only thought he was giving a hint about the epitaph.
黄金に目のくらんだ愚か者への褒美は誇りまみれというわけか。源氏め、やってくれるわ。
I tossed the book aside, used magic to turn a bookshelf into a sofa, and plopped down on top of it. For a while, I grumbled about getting tricked and looked up at the ceiling. I was annoyed, so I felt like gathering all this room's dust, packing it into a ball and tossing it into Genji's teacup. So I glanced down at the floor. The book I had thrown away lay open on the ground. A gold butterfly was resting on that open page. Tossing a book at random and reading an oracle from a page it happens to open to is one kind of a charm. I see. So that page might have some sort of hint. Not entirely convinced, I picked the book up. The open page was probably very near the one I had been reading. Apparently, it was a page explaining Taiwan's geography. Oddly enough, it was a page about rivers and lakes.
川が129本あることはすでに承知しておるわ。まだ他にもわらわに伝えたいことがあるというのか？
There were 6 major rivers listed. Zohoshi Shui River, Kapoing River, Danshui River, Dajai River, Xingwun River, Dadu River.
ほう。さて、これらの川には鮎は住めたのか否か。
An idea came to me then. Sweet fish are freshwater fish. There you go, now we're thinking. And you don't find ocean water in rivers. Unless it's extremely dirty or blocked by a dam. Any river might have sweet fish in it.
バカらしい。川ならどこだって淡水だ。鮎の住めぬ道理はないわ。そう考えれば、この淡水がなる川のバカらしいことよ。川に淡水が流れるのは当然であろうが。淡水以外が流れて初めてそれを川の名にすればよかろうに。
Danshui River flows from Taipei to the harbor town of Danshui. I see. It isn't called that because of the water in it, but because of the town at its mouth. As you travel down the river, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two will tell you of. I realize that this is stupid. And yet, something about this town seems off. Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. That line should be talking about one of the 129 rivers. Sweetfish are freshwater fish. And here's this freshwater river flowing down to a town called Freshwater. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was told, if you remember back to when we were still trying to solve the epitaph, sort of, that it was something that without a heavy knowledge of Japanese words and meanings, it'd be very difficult to solve. So that town is called Freshwater. That's probably a hint. It's like a strange, trivial word game. Or could it be some kind of code? I've been looking for books here so long that the dust is piling up on me. If I give up now, it will all have been a waste of time. Very well. Why don't I test my luck and see if the random page the book opened to contains an oracle? I turn to the next page, trying to search in even greater detail.
この謎解きは遊びのつもりでした。そして使用人たちはみんなこの謎解きゲームに夢中でした。私もそのうちの一人に加わるだけのつもりでした。熱中できる読み物を久しく失い退屈していた私はその本を自室に持ち帰り毎晩眺めました。
地図帳に碑文の謎のヒントが。
第3のゲームで
エヴァは書庫で何かの本を調べて謎を解いた。そして第5のゲームでフルドエリカは謎を解くために書庫で求めた本は地図帳だった。
ではやはり台湾の地図に何か秘密が。
アユの川とは淡水河を暗示していると信じました。地図で淡水河を毎日たどり、地形を細かく調べました。もちろんアユの泳ぎそうな小さな渓流もいくつも調べました。でも何も分かりませんでした。
過去のゲームでの情報によるならそれは川じゃない。だが流れるものだ。エヴァはそう読み解いた。
川ではない。
はい、結論から言えば淡水河とは無関係でした。しかしやはり今にして思えばあれは信託だったのです。淡水河自体は無関係でしたが、それはやはり大きなヒントになったのです。
I wonder if the relationship between the freshwater river and the town called Freshwater is kind of what we're supposed to be focusing on. I think that is.
川は無関係なのに。
Not necessarily the river itself like they're saying, but the relationship between the two things.
落ち着いて考えろ。川でなく流れるものを考えるんだ。
つまり水以外が流れる何か。
何が思いつく。発想を柔軟にしろ。
ウィル、謎かけごっこはもううんざりしてるわ。じらさないで教えちゃいなさいよ。あなたは解けたんでしょ、気分。
おそらくな。
水以外で流れるもの、物流。例えば街道とか道路とか。
正解です。アユの川が川そのものを指さないことに気づくのに私は膨大な時間をかけました。
そうだ。淡水の名がつく川以外のものがある。
Oh, well, I'm glad we all knew that.
それは物や人が流れ、上りも下りもある。
上り下り。まさか。
そうだ。鉄道だ。
Railroads? Yeah. The Danshui Line. It's a railway that goes from Taipei to Danshui Harbor. It was constructed in 1901 while Taiwan was under Japanese rule. Afterwards, the number of stations continued to grow, and it became a major artery into Taipei. This railroad was used after the war as well, and is still in common use as the Danshui Line of the Taipei Rapid Transit System. Its route begins at Taipei Station and continues on until the town of Danshui. Station. Formerly station. Station. Many stations that I can't read.
碑文には川を下ればやがて何があると。
里があると。
淡水線の駅の中で里の名を持つ駅はこの
Oh,
石灰駅
yes.
しかない。
Yes, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Not only do you have to have a pretty decent knowledge of geography, but you also have to understand the characters. Oh boy.
これは何と読むんでしょう。
霧岩駅と読む。戦後石灰駅に名を変えたが、金蔵が住んでいた当時は霧岩駅だった。
川を下ればやがて里あり。その里にて二人が口にし岸を探れ。
里だけじゃなく岸まであるわね、その駅の名前。
果たしてその駅を示しているのか、短くない時間を悩みました。里という文字と岸という文字、なんとなく なぞなぞの文字遊びのように感じていました。
That's pretty much what it is.
このキリガンの1文字目の口辺の漢字、口の脇にあるこれはそのと読みますよね。口西で口の文字もあるし、でも2人が口西の意味がわからない。
The three characters of Kirigan, or Kirigan, yes, can be split into a mouth, a that, a village, and a shore. Those are all words that appear in the epitaph. In that village, look for the shore the two will tell you of. You can read it as a code for the name of the station. However, I don't understand the part about the two.
私もそこに引っかかりました。しかしきっとこれを指し示すに違いないという強い信念がありました。
この駅名が旧名であるように、この地名も何か旧名があるのでは。
そうだ。もともとキリガン駅は地名から名付けられたものだ。そして地名のキリガンは駅名と違いこう書く。
あ、口が2つ。
Oh, okay, I
調べ
gotcha.
ればすぐにわかることでした。やはり碑文はこのキリガンのことを指し示していたのです。
I mentioned this at some point, I believe. If I didn't, let me mention it again. I did at one point attempt to learn Japanese just for, it seemed like fun, and I wanted to be able to, read Japanese. I stopped pretty quickly afterwards. I think I did it for, a couple months, and then I stopped because it was just very, very time-consuming. And I just didn't have the time. I still don't. I'd love to get back into it at some point, but regardless, that's a bit off topic. Anyway, I do remember some kanji symbols, very basic. I do remember the one for mouth. So I actually understand that at a very basic level. I can see that there. It's just like that square symbol. Anyway.
ではここに黄金鏡の鍵が眠っていると。
There are two square symbols, one at the beginning and then one on the second character, I guess you'd say.
普通に考えればそうなります。しかし台湾まではるばる行けるわけもなく、当然キリガンと呼ばれる土地も広大です。そのどこに小さな鍵が隠されているのかわかるはずもない。途方に暮れました。
しかしお前は諦めなかったな。
碑文の少なくとも最初の5行については確実に答えを手に入れたと確信していましたから、私にとってこれはもう何よりも面白いゲーム、いえミステリーでした。
I almost gave up then. However, I really did have the key in my hand. I then decided to travel to the Golden Land in accordance with the epitaph.
第一の晩に鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げよ。
この一文を見てわかることは、鍵とはすなわち6つの何かを示せるということだ。その時点で錠前に刺す言葉通りの鍵ではないことが推理可能だ。
It really has been a long time since we even tried to investigate the epitaph in a while. It's like a very familiar feeling, isn't it?
6つの何か。
はい、6つの何か。私も頭が固い人間でしたから、とにかく6に関わる何かがないかと本を読み漁りました。6キリガンという鍵のありかは言葉遊びによって隠されていました。ならばきっとこの6もまた言葉遊びに関わるに違いない。6探しました。6を。
このキリガンという文字が6つに分解できるとか。
いい推理だ。しかしこの3つの漢字といくらにらめっこしても答えは出ない。そもそもキリガンなんて読み方自体日本語読みだ。
では現地では何と。
チーリーアンと発音します。それは英語だと6文字。
Yeah, this is getting a bit too obscure for me.
6文字。じゃあやはりこれは言葉遊び。
It's very much a word game, but I figured that for quite a while.
第1の番に鍵の選びし6文字を生贄に捧げようってわけだ。
なるほど。
Talking about it like this sounds like a line of reasoning that can be reached in a second. However, it took a long, long time before I reached the spot on my own. A dizzying number of nights passed from the time Genji uttered that single word to the time I got this far.
ではこの6文字を生贄に捧げるとは一体どういう意味でしょう。
続く第2の番以降は残されし者で話が進んでいく。何かの文字列から鍵の6文字を間引き、残った文字でどうこうしろと言っていることが推理できる。
しかし何から6文字を間引くのか、それにも長く悩みました。ここからはもはや新しい謎。誰の助けもなく、今度こそ自分の力だけで解かねばなりませんでした。
過去のゲームの中で第1の番について何か仮説を立てていたような気がします。
第10の番の黄金の里に注目した推理。碑文の中には他に4度も黄金鏡という単語が登場するのに、なぜかこれ一つ。
なぜ第10の番だけ黄金の里なのか、これに気づくのにも、そしてどうしてなのかに気づくのにも、これまた長い時間をかけました。
黄金の里を京と読み、京都の京と読み解いた。ローザの推理はこうだった。
Rosa searched for a link between the two words and found one. If you write the name out in Japanese, and then check the pronunciation, you get Ogon Kyo. Then just find a way to write it that gives you golden capital. There are several words that can mean capital in Japanese, and several words pronounce Kyo. But there's only one character that fits in here. The character Kyo. It can also mean Kyoto, the old capital of Japan. That's exactly what Rosa thought. Kyoto is the 10th twilight, and the journey starts at the beloved hometown.
そして懐かしき故郷から京都までの10日かかる旅路を10分の1した地点に何か秘密があると疑った。いい推理だったが惜しかった。今日は京都以外にも読み解けたんだ。
今日を京都以外で読み解く。
難しく考えるな。そのままだ。
今日です。いえ、今日ではなく K と読みましょうか。数字の単位です。1、10、100、1000、万、億、兆 K。
数字の単位。
We've very, very long left the point where I could have reasoned anything for the epitaph.
私の場合はこの六軒島にいるという地の利がありましたから、 K を思い当たるヒントはあったのです。私の場合は先に答えが分かってから逆に問題の意味が分かったという感じでした。
ややこしいことを言うとリオンが混乱する。話を戻そう。第10の番に一景に至るならば第1の番はいくつになる？
一景の10分の1ですから、1000兆。
正解だ。船長から鍵の選びし6文字を間引くんだ。
チーリーアンが英語である以上、船長も英語であろうとはすぐに察しました。
Wait, really? Hold on. I think I'm kind of seeing what they're talking about here.
船長は英語ではクワド第5のゲームでのバトラの推理通り11文字だ。
Wasn't that scrawled on a door at some point or something like that?
いや、これはあんたの推理だったか。
くしくも6文字の鍵の冒頭も9。きっとこれに違いないと直感しました。
So not only does this riddle require you to have a knowledge of Japanese, but you also have to have at least somewhat of a knowledge of English words. Truly a riddle for not many people, but Kinzo apparently. Leon took a notepad from a pocket and spelled out quadrillion and quillin. The two words even looked similar at a glance.
確かに。
So, you're basically taking the letters out that don't exist between them.
クワドリリオンの中には鍵が示す6文字が確かに含まれています。じゃあこの6文字を消すと。
Udalo. We're left with 5 meaningless letters. However, the important thing is the number 5. After all, in the next part of the epitaph, the word kill appears 5 times. And then on the 9th twilight, none shall be left alive. In other words, there should be 5 letters left.
しかもこの5文字は第5のゲームでのバトラさんの推理通り寄り添っている文字があります。 D と R です。これが寄り添いし2人に違いない。
ここまで来ればもはや謎は
Yeah, that's
ほ
the
とん
thing.
ど解けたも同然。
Is you start running into so many coincidences, like the riddle pretty much, that has to be the riddle. The sheer almost miracle, like they keep saying, of finding the right letter, or finding the right word that they needed, shows that if they manage to get more than like 2 things that seem to be coincidentally correct, they're probably got it. I'm just saying. I've come to the realization that this is probably the part people were telling me I should be streaming. I think. I was told, that the better part would be to have the tea party streamed, so if I wasn't going to do both, to, just do the tea party. And I think we're going to stick with that. It's been a busy couple of months, really, but weeks. So I'm gonna do this, and then, in a couple days, well, I'll announce when we're gonna do the stream. But I do have a little bit of time here, so I'm pretty sure we can probably finish all this up. Probably.
逆に言えば碑文だけで解ける謎はここまでだ。この後言葉遊びを続けても答えはわかるかもしれねえが仕掛けは開かない。
そうです。ここまでが分かればあとはそれに従いえぐりて殺すのみです。
お前はその場所の心当たりの方が先だったわけだな。
はい。もともと碑文が現れるより以前からそこに黄金が隠されているのではないかと疑われていました。そしてそこに謎めいた一文があればきっと何か秘密が隠されているに違いないと思うのは当然のこと。
その場所とは
黄金鏡の入り口を開ける仕掛けの場所だ。勘のいいやつなら鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げる第1の番がどこのこと？
それは船長のことであって場所のことではないのでは？
船長と記された場所だ。お前は知ってるはずだが、 それともクソ真面目に金蔵の言いつけを守り近寄らなかったから知らないというのか。
I'm trying to think about
第
that.
9章魔女のよみがえる日。
I'm trying to think about that. What does that mean? They told him to never go near the chapel, but they're in the chapel right now, so I don't think that's it. Do they mean the forest? I don't know. Maybe I didn't go into the part that people were talking about the stream thing, but like I said, I think we're going to save the stream just for the tea party. I don't quite have enough time for 2 streams, I don't think, or the energy, to be perfectly honest, so let me know if that's the case. But if that is the case, I think people are saying that this was about 2 hours or something left before we hit the tea party, if I'm not mistaken. That was interesting, very info dumpy, but I'm glad I was able to actually understand something from my very limited Japanese learning that I did. Thank you guys very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Umineko. Bye!